Listen up, cluckheads.
You're listening to Whiskey and Whine
with Rooster and
the Madman, where we talk about common sense, current events,
the Constitution,
and morals, while comparing drinks of yesteryear to drinks of today.
So sit back, relax, leave us a comment.
Here comes Whiskey and Whine.
That's whenever the Alaskan girlfriend asked him what drinks they wanted to have at the, at the wedding and whatnot. And, well, he asked her and she said, I'd like to have Bud Light.
Really? What was his response?
He said that he'd rather have a warm bush.
Well, that makes sense. So,
but you know what they ended up going with?
Steel Reserve
and Bud Light. There was no warm bush involved.
No, yeah, it's.
At some point, you got to feel sorry for him. Do you really? But
yeah,
because at some point she's going to start slipping in stuff like Kentucky Deluxe or something like that.
Yeah, well, he's a glutton for punishment. He likes that Steel Reserve fruit punch. So,
you know what? We need to bring that in one day.
I wonder if Bud Light's going to have a fruit one.
They already have a fruit one.
Bud Light fruit basket.
it's just Bud Light.
It's Bud Light fruit basket.
All right. Let's get this thing started.
Oh yeah. So episode 77. Oh wait. Welcome back, cluckheads.
You know who we are. You know what we do. Current events and common sense.
Constitution
and morals.
Yeah. She's not
here.
She's not with us tonight.
So I can say whatever I cluck and want.
You sure can.
Like if I want to say you can cluck this cluck.
Yes, you could do that. So we're on episode 77, which is our tournament.
It is our tournament of fermentation.
So we're doing the no alcohol right now. So what we are, I did treat us to a vanilla Dr. Pepper. It's a special blend from the Sonic Drive-In.
Sonic Le Drive-In.
Yes, so it's very fancy. You pay extra for the shot of vanilla in it.
But the thing is that so many times we take for granted. Like there's certain things that no matter where you buy, they just taste better.
Yeah.
I will never go to McDonald's and order food. But McDonald's Sprite, for some reason, tastes different than any other Sprite.
Yeah, I don't know which is
like Sonic vanilla anything.
Yeah,
tastes better than vanilla anything anywhere else. So.
Yeah, they do a good job. And I actually get mad sometimes if I do the app and I hit the vanilla and then I get a regular Dr. Pepper. I'm like, hey, I paid 50 cents for this thing.
Hey, clucker. And because I'm having to ask you to take it back, I deserve 2 shots.
You'd think, right? They make you pay another 50 cents when you do extra vanilla?
Yeah. So did I ever tell you about the time that I went to Sonic and...
Was it that cranberry weird one they were doing that was like a limited time?
So yes, that one too. But there was one time that, I had just come in from the field. I'd been out there for like 3 weeks. I just wanted something. I was so dehydrated and my sugar was so low. Like I was getting like the Overlord gun hand cramps and
so wrong.
And pulled into this Sonic, right? So I got a Dr. Pepper and I said I wanted them to put 8 pumps of vanilla in it. And they're like, "Are you sure?" I said, "I didn't stutter. I want 8 full pumps of vanilla in it." And it came out. And it was definitely vanilla heavy.
Yeah.
But my God, did it taste so good.
Oh, yeah. You got diabetes right out of the gate.
I got the diabetes.
Got the diabetes. You and Wilford Brimley on that one. He was just waiting for it. He probably, what, they should probably send him out with it.
That was honestly one of the reasons why he and I started doing the oatmeal commercials together.
That order for Madman. Got diabetes, Route 44.
I like a Route 44 of that Dr. Pepper with 8 pumps and a bowl of Quaker Oats.
8 pumps. There's something that Overlord doesn't know anything about.
Well, anything over 1, the Overlord doesn't know anything about.
Well, he doesn't want to be an overachiever.
No.
He doesn't want to spoil. He don't want to spoil the new lady.
I mean that, and he doesn't want to make the rest of us look bad.
That's true. That's true.
He's like, oh, hey man, don't feel bad for going 3 pumps. I can only go 1. Dude, you are a team player.
yeah, he's always taking one for the team. Yeah.
He's definitely taking one for some team.
Well, at least that's what he said the time I walked in on him. He said, "I'm taking one for the team." I was like,
"Is that the one with or without the blow up doll?"
Did it have? Well, I mean, there might have been more than one.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah. Why one had its head turned in shame, I don't know.
That was the John Kerry cutout.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He actually managed to embarrass the John Kerry cutout.
Old John Kerry. I wonder what he's up to lately.
Oh.
Probably nothing.
Probably nothing.
Yeah.
Enjoying all of his wife's millions from the Heinz Ketchup Corporation.
He married well.
Yeah, I mean, he married up.
Yeah,
he outpunted his coverage.
He never really married up, or she married really down.
She married really down.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into this tournament of fermentation. So for those of y'all that haven't listened to a tournament of fermentation before, we talk very little politics, and mainly we're going back and we're talking about what we remembered from the previous 10 alcohols that we compared, or 20 alcohols that we compared, and we're just going to kind of list what we thought about each one, if it was memorable, if it wasn't, and then give our top 3 and a bottom 3 with honorable mentions.
Yeah.
So I would definitely say that a power bottom 3 is the Overlord.
All right, so jumping to number 1. It was our last week of Clucktoberfest.
Oh yeah, so that was the Hop Sing Oktoberfest and
the Big D Jamboree.
Big D Jamboree, which is also something the Overlord knows nothing about.
No, nothing about that one. So, but
not the Jamboree.
Yeah, the Big D won it. When does a Big D not win it?
A Big D wins it all the time, man.
I mean, you ever walked in a place and heard a woman say, "You know what? I want the little D.
I want the little D." No,
they want the big D. Yeah.
Like, do you want the medium-sized D, or do you want the small D or the big D?
The big D.
Okay. Well, the big D doesn't move, so you have to do all the action. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Give me the big D.
I'll get on top and last a whole 21 seconds.
All right.
But that being said, the Hop Sting wasn't bad.
No, they were both good beers.
But the two beers that we compared, the Hop Sting was just like, it had like a really weird undertone and aftertaste, and it just didn't compare to the quality of the Big D.
Yeah. There's got to be a winner. You couldn't go wrong either way, but obviously if you had to pick one, Big D would be the way to go on that one.
Yeah.
And it's surprising we didn't do a whole lot of beer in this
No,
last
we didn't.
one.
We mainly focused on hard liquors on this one.
So, but
which is also the college course that the Overlord just signed up for.
The hard liquor?
Hard liquor, yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't know anything about it, so it's hard liquor intro 101.
Yeah. Hopefully he'll pass that class.
I don't know, man.
So
it's up in the air.
I have faith in him. He can.
Well, no, I mean, it's up in the air. It's not very much up in the air. It's very small, but
All right, so to go moving on to the next one.
So the next one was the Veterans Marine Corps birthday one, right? The Lead Slinger versus the 1776 bourbon. Yeah. So I was kind of surprised because the 1776 bourbon has been around way longer.
It was the oldest in Kentucky, I believe.
I believe you're right.
Yeah.
But I'm proud that that the Lead Slingers won, and that was the distillery that was made from a bunch of inactive Marines.
Yeah.
That they decided to do something, and they donate a lot to the veteran causes, Marine Corps causes, and so I was really happy that was a rye too.
Yeah, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, actually, I think you're right. It was good. It was good.
And neither one of them were bad.
No.
But whenever we were just going back and forth, that 1776, it just didn't have the same taste.
Well, I was a little, not pleasantly, but a little disappointed on the 1776 being the oldest distillery in Kentucky, or the oldest recipe of any of the whiskeys that we've tried, or bourbon in this case.
But I think that with that, that's kind of their niche. that they don't do all the fancy barreling like everybody else. So if you go into it thinking that this is going to taste like a craft whiskey, it's not. They use the exact same barreling process they used in the 1776.
I mean, it was good, but I expected more of it. So, and that's on me.
It is.
Yeah. So, the Overlord will find out. He'll probably hear a lot of that after he gets married.
Yeah,
I expected more.
He'll hear that at least for the next 1 to 2, 22 years.
Yeah. I don't know what he's getting sentenced to, so.
I don't know.
Yeah. So, the next one. This one was the other beer. This one was an odd one.
Was this the Hotel Tango?
No, this was the Last Girl Scout.
Versus
the Acheron or whatever.
I love that Acheron.
Yeah, the Acheron was good. The Last Girl Scout.
It was weird.
It was odd.
It was clucked up.
It wasn't horrible.
It left me prickly on the inside.
It's just, it was supposed to be that peppermint patty cookie or whatever. What do they call them? Those Thin Mints. Yeah, I think that's what they're called. Yeah. What?
Prickly on the insides.
So, and that was the only thing that was weird about that one.
Dude,
it's a weird flavored beer.
The Archon, that was the second craft one that we had out of the boxes from Martin House. The first one was that one that had the river of sticks and all that on the artwork.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of that one, but this was the second one that we had, and I absolutely loved it.
Yeah, it was good. So,
I mean, to think that Martin House does some of the absolute shite, like the pickle beer that we couldn't stand.
God, yeah.
But then they can turn around and they can put something out like Archon. I will say that speaks something to their brewmasters. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, Martin House overall has been a great
There's been very few things that we've done that Martin House hasn't come out over the top.
I can't forgive the pickle beer.
No.
It was just wrong. But everything else they've done is
but
good.
It was better than the bacon beer.
Oh, God, that bacon beer was horrible, man.
Was awful.
But, yeah, I mean, you would think you're supposed to love it because it's bacon, but it's like, no, this is not good.
That was tofu bacon.
Yeah, it was not good. So, yeah, that's kind of where we're at on that one. Again, Last Girl Scout, nothing wrong with it. It's just it's odd drinking a cookie-flavored beer.
And then it was that next week that we did the Hotel Tango versus the Old Crow.
Old Crow, you want to get clucked up?
You want to get clucked up? Yeah, you want to get clucked up. Who the cluck don't? And if you're like me, you want to get clucked up just as fast as possible. No, definitely Hotel Tango.
Yeah, so Hotel Tango is another veteran-owned distillery. It's from what I understand, it's a disabled veteran up in Indianapolis that does that one. Yeah. And pleasantly, I found that you can now get them at Goody Goody, so you can find their stuff there. So that is something that when we did the episode,
you couldn't find it.
Yeah, I was in there the other day, and now
we're directly responsible for that.
Yeah, we'll take that, of course. Yeah. But no, it's well worth it. I mean, I liked it so much that it's replacing my go-to of probably 10 cup for if it's the first thing I'm going to grab for, it'll probably be that one.
Yeah.
So
right next to your Still Reserve.
It is more expensive. No, you're confusing me with that with the Dungeon Master.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
So So hats off to the Hotel Tango guys. You guys did a good one on that one. So.
But then the next week, that was one that we were both surprised with because we've never been a fan of any of the vodkas that we tried. Just that some of them were better than others.
Yes.
With the exception of the Svedka. We actually did like the Svedka.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of those weird things we found the Russian vodkas are never as good as the Swedish vodkas.
But this week, we did the Smirnoff Vanilla versus the Ciroc Vanilla.
Yeah,
and they
French
were
vanilla,
both actually really good.
Yeah, I gotta say though, the Ciroc was. I mean, it's the best vodka I've ever had.
The Ciroc vanilla vodka, we didn't leave any of that.
No, that was gone. It's amazing. You pay for it.
But one of the things that I would like to note is that the Smirnoff vanilla, whenever we tried it mixed,
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah, Smirnoff is kind of like
It's a good mixer.
it's like your basic mid-range. If you're mixing it, you can't kind of
It's
go
your
wrong
yoga
with it.
pants and Uggs of vodka.
The term before that, the Absolute vodka was better than the Smirnoff.
Yeah.
But again, another Swedish, vodka on that one. But no, Ciroc. So
it was good.
And what I've learned with vodkas so far out doing this show is Russian vodka is not the best.
No, it's most of the time the Swedish and the French
is up there, but the French vodka always beats them.
Swedish and the French. It goes back and forth.
Yeah,
depending on what they're doing. The French may win one.
But you pay a lot more for that French vodka.
You'll pay at least $10 to $15
you pay
more.
a lot more for it, but it's worth it. It is definitely worth it.
Yep.
And then the next one's the one that you brought back from the Shiprock.
Oh, the McCroy?
Yeah, the McCroy.
Yeah. Versus
the island
Captain
stuff.
Ron Carina.
Yeah, Ron Carina. It wasn't even a captain. I think we added the captain part. It was just Ron.
No, it wasn't a captain. We added that in.
Ron's rum.
Because we started.
Yeah.
We may have gotten a little tipsy off of it.
Yeah, Ron's rum.
But the thing is, outside of the Bumbu, because the Bumbu rum was amazing.
Yeah,
outside of the Bumbu,
top that one.
That was probably the best rum we've had.
Yeah, so but I don't. No one's ever going to top the Bumbu. I think that's when you.
Okay, so whenever
I
go back to the Dominican next year, I'll get the top end. That was the bottom end.
Cool. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah, so it was.
But needless to say, the McCroy that I actually smuggled back from the Dominican definitely beat Ron Carina's.
Yeah, Ron's,
you want some rum? Hell yeah, you want some rum. Who the hell don't? And if you're like me, you like to drink your rum as fast as possible.
You could trust a guy named Ron. But if I remember correctly,
come down here, I'm going to give you some rum, and then we'll step in here, and you can sign the titles to your car. And then we come over here, and I'll have a plumber at your house in 15 minutes.
So, but wasn't Ron's rum the one that left the weird film on the glass?
It did, yes.
Yeah, every time you switched it around, it was like a weird sticky film that was all around the glass.
It was Jizzo that pointed that out, wasn't it?
I don't remember, but it was weird. It's drinking Ron Corona rum. Just if you feel like you're that.
Would you say it again? It sounded like you pronounced that with a C.
What? Ron?
No.
Corona?
No.
Which one?
The next one.
Rum?
Yes.
No, I didn't pronounce that with a C.
It sounded like you did.
No, you're confusing me with someone else.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Yeah. But
I was thinking about the Bud Light. My bad.
To me, that's if there was a roofer who disappears on payday Friday, this would be his distillery.
It went down the wrong pipe.
Anybody seen Ron? Well, he got paid yesterday.
Oh hell!
Oh hell!
You know what that means?
He ain't gonna be at work tomorrow.
He went over. He done gone over there to that rum distillery.
He's out in Bossier City trying to.
He's out there trying to get one of them Dominican gals.
Oh, yeah, so it was. Ron's was weird, but seems like something you should be able to trust. It just. Ron's rum. He should just left the last name off. Ron's rum.
Ron Carina.
Ron Carina. So, yeah.
The official spokesperson of Gravedigger, where you can see this Sunday.
Oh, and then we get into a little bit more. We actually stepped it up into the next one after Ron's rum. And we got into Members Mark number 46.
Members Mark or Maker's Mark?
Maker's Mark. What did I say? Members Mark. That's the Sam's Club special.
You can get that at Costco.
Yeah, it's a good deal. But no. So you're right. Excuse me. Maker's Mark 46. That's the one where it's aged in French oak.
I thought that was the one that was the cask strength.
Was it? No. It was...
No, 46 is cask strength.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
It's 46. It's not their normal one. And then we pitted this one up against. And I remember because I was excited because I found another.
Oh yeah, because I'm ready because whenever we come out of the tournament fermentation, I found a lower equivalent of that exact same one in rum.
Oh, nice. Because, I found one that I thought we went bottom of the barrel since we started this show with everything that starts with Kentucky and using Kentucky Deluxe and Tavern.
But wait, there's more.
There's a gem of a product out there that goes even cheaper than Kentucky Deluxe.
Tell us, Rooster, what is this
It's
bottom
called
of the barrel product?
Kentucky Gentleman, and you can get that bottle for $7.39.
$6.99 plus tax and sales.
When I saw a 750 milliliter bottle of whiskey for under $8.
Ain't that the one that we just bottled up and said, no, just take it back to the Overlord?
Yeah, it's not good. It was not good.
Didn't we send that one just straight over to him?
I think so. Well, no, we obviously we tried it, but no, it didn't get a lot of extra helpings. It was like, I think we're done here. But I think you're confusing that with the Kentucky Tavern, which
no. There was one of them in this past one that we just drank a little bit of.
Oh, that would be that one.
We said, cluck that.
Yeah, that would be that one.
And you were like, hey, Madman, you want to take that with you?
Yeah, because I took the Old Crow home with me.
Yeah, so that is that one. Then you said, hey.
Yeah, you just drop that off.
And I just said, nope, you can just drop that off.
Man, that one's no good.
But if I remember right, it had a good smell, but it just tasted awful. And that was one of the ones that you thought that you might try to do a batch of soap with.
Yeah, we'll find out. It was no, that's the Old Crow. I'm going to probably use for the soap.
Crow? Okay.
Yeah, I'll probably make the Old Crow into a soap. But no, the Kentucky Gentleman, that was that so far is the most bottom barrel.
That's the most bottom barrel bourbon we've
ever come across.
Yeah, it was awful.
So, bourbon whiskey.
And then it was that next week that we switched to just doing the one.
Yeah, this is where we're trying to save our livers a little bit, or mine, just a little bit at a time on this one. So this is where we go to the one instead of the comparison. So it's more of a review. So with that in mind, I'm not going to really include these two into the tournament of fermentation. I'm going to wait till we do 10 full of just reviews and then do my top 3, bottom 3, and honorable mention. Yeah, okay.
So the last two won't be in my reviews, but in my top bottom picks. The thing is that with Bullet, it is always going to be above average grade. You're going to pay a little bit more for it. But not very much more.
Yeah, surprisingly,
I'm talking about like
good deal.
You're going to pay $2 more for Bullet than you would for a major name brand.
Yeah.
But the quality is going to go from good to really good.
Correct.
It's not going to be great. It's not going to be it's not going to be like blackened whiskey.
Yeah.
But the one thing I'll say about Bullet, across the board, all of their products, they're good.
Yeah.
You're not going to complain about it. Now, that is one that I will say I'm looking forward to trying their other products.
Yeah.
Like, because they have some that are mixers. I don't know if you saw that. They have some that are already mixed to be like old fashions. They have some that are already mixed to be like Manhattans.
Yeah, and then they have a rye. And they have different ones, yeah.
So, I mean, I've never been disappointed with Bullet. I'd be willing to, try all of them across the board.
Yeah.
And it was one of those that, if I ever decide to go buy a bottle of whiskey or bourbon, I'm not going to immediately scratch off the list. It's not an Old Crow.
No. So Bullet was, for me, a very nice surprise. I've never tried Bullet. I've always wanted to try it. It's weird because I've passed it up many times, just
no, it's
looking
good.
at other ones, but it won't let you down. I mean, it's a good one. It's what Jack Daniel's number 7 wants to be.
For the price point, you can get more of the Bullet for the same price point that you can at Jack Daniel's, and it is phenomenally better than Jack.
So it's a good one. It's worth if you guys haven't tried it, it's definitely worth picking up. And then the last one was the last one you brought out.
Yeah, that was that Axe and Oak.
Yeah, that was the rye.
Dude, that was probably the best rye I've had.
It was good. It was good.
It was sneaky, but it was good.
Yeah, it sneaks up on you.
Yeah, it sneaks up on you pretty quick.
But yeah, so Axe and Oak.
I will say that as far as the rye whiskeys, I would put that above Lead Slingers.
I would probably tend to agree that might have been a little bit better than Lead Slingers.
Yeah.
So,
but I think it's because the way they did the charring process in the barrels. Because you know how like whenever we were drinking it, like sometimes we could pick up some of the oak, sometimes we could pick up the rye, sometimes we could pick up the vanilla.
Yeah.
And then like sometimes it was like a perfect blend of like the smoke and the vanilla, and it tasted like the caramel. So I mean, that's probably been my favorite rye that we've ever tasted.
yeah.
Still have like a little over half a bottle of it.
And that little,
So if we ever want to try it again, we
then we added
more.
the ginger ale.
Oh, that's right. We did the ginger ale, and then we did the Coke. And
Yeah,
went back
and that's a good. I mean, that ginger ale really, really made it stand out.
See, I like the Coke better, but yeah.
So I mean, you're not going to go wrong with that one. So there's very few on this list that you can go wrong with, other than the Kentucky Gentleman and the
Old Crow,
the Ron
and the Iran,
the Ron rum.
But I mean, but this time, with this tournament of fermentation, though, because we had kind of gotten tired of doing just bottom end. This entire tournament, we decided to do more mid grade so that way that we're not doing just the
we throw the
extremes.
few out there, but you can only scrape the bottom of the barrel so much before you
get tired of it.
You're just
but
like,
I will tell you this: the bottom of the barrel is coming up, and it's sitting in the freezer and refrigerated.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
So what were your top three?
So my top three, and they're in my order of what how I would rank them, would be the Ciroc Vanilla.
Okay.
That one blew me away. That one I was just absolutely not prepared for to be that good.
Yeah.
And then the next one would be the Hotel Tango.
Okay.
Like I said, that is a go-to. That'll be one I probably look for in my when I'm just looking for an everyday one. And then not that I'm an everyday drinker. And then on that is Bullet, only because I was really surprised how mellow and good Bullet really was for the money.
Okay. What was your honorable mention?
That would be the McCormick's, the rum you brought back from the Dominican.
Oh, the McCroy?
Yeah, the McCroy. Excuse me. Yeah, that one was it was a coconut rum, and it was the coconut had a nice splash to it, so it was really nice.
And that's something that they just make there on the island.
Yeah, so and they do a good job.
So my top three with my honorable mention. My first was the Axe and Oak. The fact that depending on how you swished it around, you could get different flavors. Whenever you were breathing it in, you could get different flavors. When you mixed it between the ginger ale and the Coke, you could get different flavors. I just really think that was an all-around great rye whiskey. The second one that's in my top three was actually the Archon.
Yeah, it was a good beer.
Being a beer, I just really loved it.
It was a good beer.
My third was the Hotel Tango. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was one of those that if we ever decided just to sip it during a tournament of fermentation, because it's something that we've already done while smoking a cigar, I would not be disappointed. But my honorable mention is the Ciroc. I'm not a vodka person, so to me it wasn't like it would have taken a lot for a vodka to get into that top three for me.
Oh, yeah.
But man, was it good.
Yeah, it blew me away how good it was. Yeah. So
what were your bottom three?
All right.
Power bottoms?
In order of worst. Still holding true, anything with the word that starts Kentucky. And nothing against the state. I was stationed in Fort Knox, and it's a great state.
It's a deluxe state.
Yeah, it's a deluxe state.
Filled with gentlemen.
But yeah, this gentleman was kind of bitter.
Yeah. It was.
This ladies, if you visit this Kentucky gentleman, it's gonna burn.
Yeah. If you visit him, just immediately go to the clinic and get a shot of penicillin.
See a doctor, get rid of it. And then the next one would be everybody's buddy Ron and his rum. He might be your buddy,
but he can't make a rum.
He don't know how to make a rum. And then Old Crow. It's got a cool name.
That's an Old Crow.
It's Old Crow. Yeah.
Reminds you of your grandma.
Everybody's heard of it.
Yeah.
Nobody drinks it.
Nope.
Unless it's, some guy hanging out back behind a dumpster.
By 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Hey, man, $20? $20.
And then the honorable mention, and not because it was in the, that it was horrible, but honorable mention is it wasn't really my thing, but it was still worth a try. And that's the Last Girl Scout from Martin House.
All right.
What you got?
Well, we are very, very close.
Okay.
So in order, my worst, Kentucky Gentleman.
Weird. It's like every time we have some sort of Kentucky, it ends up the worst drink.
It's like
we have.
literally all I could say while you were saying all of yours. I was just like, yep.
That was
okay,
horrible.
well, I don't even need to say anything.
Yeah.
So my second worst one, Old Crow.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
For all the exact same things that we've already said.
Yeah.
And then my third worst one. Do you want to take a guess?
Was it Ron?
It was Ron.
Was it Ron Corona?
It was Ron Corona.
I still can't get past the weird, like, sticky fluid it would do on the glass.
I can't. And I'm pretty sure we got some type of poisoning from that.
Yeah.
But now,
it did say Corona.
But now my honorable mentions, and it's not because it was bad. It was just because it surprised me, was the Smirnoff Vanilla.
Okay.
And the reason why, it did not taste the greatest by itself, but it mixed fantastically. Yeah. So that's one of those that if you want a vanilla Dr. Pepper, but you want a little bit of kick to it to make you get you that little bit of a buzz, it mixed great.
I bet you if you mix it just with a straight up Dr. Pepper, you'd get a good alcohol version of vanilla Dr. Pepper out of it. So
do what?
The vodka, the Smirnoff vanilla with the Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like if you mixed it. Yeah. Like, come on, man. Keep up.
Come on. I'm trying.
Come on,
I'm sorry.
Man.
Sorry.
Come on, Corn Pop.
Sorry. It's been a long day. Corn Pop's a bad dude.
He's a bad dude.
Kids like to rub hair on my hairy legs. That's a quote from the president, not from Rooster.
I know that we don't do a lot of politics on this one. But I do find it funny that there were classified documents found from the president's recent trip in the street in Ireland today.
Huh.
Yeah, that was
it's a goofy one.
Yeah.
But and I know we're not talking politics. Did you see the pictures of the video of where Kamala Harris landed in Tennessee for the ousted Democrat politicians?
No, I didn't.
She didn't go there to visit the families. But anyways, that's not the point. The reason I bring up the pictures is so she flew as a vice president because she's trying to stand for the Democrat Party for these two politicians that were kicked off of whatever committee in Tennessee.
Oh, there were three of the Tennessee three that got
Tennessee
kicked
three.
out.
Yeah, so she goes down there to show her support for that and the administration support. But she got off a private jet.
Mm-hmm.
And the first guy down on the bottom of the staircase that saluted her was an Air Force officer or an Air Force.
Correct. Yep.
He had a beard.
Yep.
Now, I'm not currently in the Air Force, nor was I ever in the Air Force, but we did serve, and you can't have a beard.
Have a mustache. You have the porn stash.
Well, it depends, how loose your first sergeant's going to let you get how far that mustache can go. Because I've had units where we had almost have like to have that little Hitler mustache where you're just like, it's too close to the edges of your mouth there, dude. But yeah, so they, it was really taken aback. But I was like, so that ungroomed beard is now allowed in the Air Force?
Or, hear me out,
and she flew in a private jet.
That person wasn't in the Air Force.
That's kind of where I'm going with that one. Is I'm thinking maybe that wasn't really a real airman.
But we're not talking politics.
No, not at all. I just found it odd because I'm like looking at this picture. It's like, so she just got off a private jet, not Air Force Two, and that guy obviously is not actually in the military.
That private jet was probably solar powered or electric powered.
Oh, absolutely. It's probably green energy because there's no way that anybody from our administration would charter a private jet to use fossil fuels to travel anywhere.
All I'm saying
fossil fuels are bad, okay?
All I'm saying is that if we don't use the fossil fuels, then the dinosaurs died for nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's respect those dinosaurs.
All right, Cluckheads. You've been listening to the Tournament of Fermentation on episode 77. Thanks for tuning in, and remember, in a world full of chickens,
be your rooster.
You're listening
to Whiskey and Wine.
Thanks for tuning in to Whiskey and Wine with the Rooster and the Madman, where you can catch brand new episodes every Saturday at 4 p.m. on Deep Dallas Radio on Locked and Loaded with DJ Shane Guns.
Special thanks to our sponsor, GiftedChicken.com, home to all your beard, bath, and body care needs. Veteran owner-operator right here in North Texas. Remember to pick up a bottle of Overlord's Dungeon Oil. It's 100% all natural coconut oil.
Leaves you prickly on the insides.